So, welcome to Session Zero of The Lost Continent featuring Wischy and her character Ava. For our story begins in Yarma, which is up here to the north. And it's late afternoon. You had just gotten back from a adventure. You're about to go lie down and you get inside your house, your apartment, and you hear a knock on the door. You hear someone knocking frantically on your door to your home. What do you do?
I am going to walk up and try and peer out the blinds to see if I can see who's knocking on the door.
As you look out the blinds, you see someone dressed in a uniform that you recognize. It is a guild messenger from the Adventurers Guild. You can see he's like panting and sweating like he had just ran a great distance.
Okay, I'm gonna just walk over the door and open it up. Hello?
Hi, Ava, right? As he's panting.
Yes.
"Uh, There's a there's someone that sorry, I just ran over here. It's urgent. But the guild manager needs you over at the Adventurers Guild ASAP.
Okay, I imagine it's just a new contract, a new team needs another member.
I don't know, but there's someone that seems very important there, as there's kind of a large crowd gathering all around the guild. So something must be going on, and they asked for you specifically.
Interesting. Well, I suppose I'll head over.
As you make your way down the streets towards the guild hall for the Adventurers Guild, you notice that as you get closer, there is indeed quite a large crowd of people gathering around and whispering and pointing. And as you try and push your way through to find the guild manager, you see a very tall, uh, violet haired woman that's very muscular, with piercings in her lip and her nose. And next to them, you see the guild manager, Tiff. And they are, for some reason, standing outside the guild hall with Tiff having a worried look on her face.
Ava's gonna pull down the hood of her robes and walk up with an eyebrow raised towards Tiff.
As you get closer and Tiff sees you, she waves to you frantically and she says, "Oh, Ava, thank God you're here. This is a disaster. I don't know how this happened. The boss is going to kill me."
What is it this time?
Well, I was going out for dinner and I forgot to lock the guild hall, and some giant rats got in and they're all over the place, and none of the other adventurers are answering their summons, and you're the only one that's came. And this woman here is here to see you, as she points to the tall, brooding woman next to her. But we she wants some privacy, and I went to open the door, and a bunch of rats attacked me, and I, I don't know what to do. So I asked for all the adventurers in town to come and get me, to come and help. And well, you're the only one that's answered so far. So can you please help me?
Of course I am. Sure. Yeah, I suppose I can. God, it's been a long day.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll make sure you get a nice bonus from the boss for doing this. And as she does, she uh s- carefully unlocks the door to the guild hall, and she opens it up for you, and you, Tiff, and the tall, muscular woman step in. And as you get in, you notice that it's quite dark, and not all the candles have been lit properly, probably due to Tiff being out on lunch. And as you walk in, you hear skittering in the distance.
Does anything look out of place? Like somebody came in and stole anything?
As you, can I get an insight check?
Of course. That is a 5.
As you look around, you do not notice anything quite out of place. Now, at this point, Tiff hands you the key to unlock the doors to the guild hall, and she's like, "Oh, um, so you know how I'm bad with remembering things, Ava?
The whole guild does, yes.
Well, I left the answers to the runic locks at home, and I don't remember what the answers were to unlock them without exploding.
Oh,
Uh
you're kidding.
well, okay, it's not all bad. The boss gave me a riddle to help me remember them. It's just I also suck at riddles. And uh, as she's trying to recount this, she goes, "Oh, I got it. I remember now. It's okay. So there's three locks. There's the blue ones, which are uh the sigils of insight. There's the green ones, which are the sigils of growth, and then there's the purple ones, which are the sigils of shadows. I think. Um, I have here. Let me write down. And she pulls out a piece of paper from her clipboard. Let me write down what the guild master told me the riddles were to figure those out. And she starts writing them down, and she shows you the paper, and you should be able to see the three riddles that the guildmaster has written down.
Where would Oh, there they are. Okay. I do.
I can bring these up whenever you need. Just let me know. But I'll read them one time, and then if you need them again, I can give them back to you. So for the sigil of shadow, it's I am always hungry. I must always be fed. The finger I touch will soon turn red. What am I? For the sigil of insight, the more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they? And for the sigil of growth, I have roots that no one sees. I am taller than the trees. Up and up I go, yet I never grow. What am I? Now, when you find one of the sigils that locks the doors and protects the guild hall, you just gotta figure out what the answers are for those, and speak its name, whatever the answer is, and the sigils should deactivate. If you get wrong, they'll explode. So be very careful and be very sure. There's something else. There's something else in here that Guildmaster said would help me, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're very smart.
Ava's just going to give the tall lady that came in with them just a look of sheer exasperation.
The tall lady looks over at you, sees it, and gives you a wink, like a knowing wink, like, yeah, I've been there before. I know what you're dealing with.
And Tiff,
Yes?
where in the room are these locks again?
Well, they glow. There's one for us, for the managers. There's one for the back rooms, where people can discuss private inquiries with adventurers, and then the last ones are up in the boss's chamber, up at the very top of the guild hall. So you'll know when you'll see them. You'll know. Just be careful where you step. If you see something glowing.
With that, she's gonna walk forward to the door and use the key to open it up.
So as you walk towards the door, you notice that there is the guild's insignia on the door, which is a mountaintop with footsteps and a fire behind it, signalizing the guild's growth, reaching and going to reach new heights and never dying, like the flames. And I actually can show you what it looks like.
Very nice.
So that's the guild symbol that you see on the door. Okay. So as you unlock the door, I think you can click. Do you see the door icon? Or no?
I do. There we
You
go.
can click that and open it. As you step in, you see that the chandeliers are still lit, but dimly, and you still hear some scritching sounds to your left, right, and from in front of you.
She's going to head over to the left first, towards where the scratching sounds can be heard.
Okay.
Are the sounds coming from behind the door?
Yes, they are. And as you get close,
And-
you notice that something on the floor is glowing. A blue glow.
A blue glow. And that was the sigil of insight.
Correct. And I can share that with you again if you need to look at it.
Yeah, can you pull it up again for me, please? And seeing that it's glowing with the blue runes, Ava is going to walk up and say the word footsteps.
As you say the word footsteps, the light around that was emanating from the runes turns off.
And she's going to push open the door.
Go for it. As you walk across the room, the runes, nothing happens.
Are the scritching sounds in the area that I'm in, or are they further forward in the next door?
They're still muffled behind a wall or something. They're not currently in the area you are in.
Okay, so she's going to continue forward to the next door and say footsteps again.
The runes stop glowing.
she's going to open it.
As you open the door, you see that this is the weapons barracks, and you see a giant rat in front of you. It has not noticed you yet, as it is chewing on the table for some weird reason.
Seeing the rat, Ava is immediately going to let loose a ray of frost at it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack. An 18. Let me. Hold on. I need to pull that in because it got deleted. Hold on. There you go. So that does hit. Roll for damage.
That is going to be 4 good old cold damage.
The rat that was chewing on the table takes 4 points of cold damage from your ray of frost, and you can see that its fur has now frozen over and stiffened from your hit, and it jumps up and turns around and screeches at you. And we will now begin combat. So let me add you. You can go ahead and roll for initiative.
That is a 9.
Well, the other rat got a 1, so I think you're okay.
One of them got a 13.
Okay, so the other rat who was nibbling on what looked like some crusts of bread or something that had been left in here turns around and decides to run towards you and attack you. Does a you should not see that. Okay, so let me roll. Does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, let me roll for damage. You are going to take 3 points of damage. The rat jumps out and bites you, and latches on to your foot. Okay, it is now your turn.
With the rat on my foot, I'm going to whip out a dagger from underneath my robes. I'm going to take a swing at the rat on my foot with the dagger.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
That is going to be a 17.
It hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
It's going to be 5 points of damage.
As you... I think you targeted the wrong one. Hold on.
Yeah, I targeted the wrong one.
Let me put this back up. It takes 5 points of damage and 5, not 2. And it screeches in pain as you can see that what you thought would have been blood coming out of it is rather a viscous purple liquid.
Oh, fuck.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's the end of my turn.
The other rat comes up to you. Can I move you? Yes. The other rat comes up to you and attempts to bite you. Goodness. Does a 7 hit?
A 7 does not hit.
I did not think so. It tries to lunge at you, but having been bitten already, your feet are very aware of not getting bit again, and it misses. The first rat, or the second rat that had, I guess the first rat that had hit you, and not wanting to be stabbed again, runs away, or attempts to.
Can I make an attack of opportunity against it?
Yes, you may.
That is only going to be a 7.
Thankfully, it's just a rat, and a 7 does hit.
Oh, yippee! Oh, max damage, 7 as well.
As it turns to run, you stab it again with your dagger, and it just completely keels over and dies. More of that purple liquid is now pouring out of the 2 spots where you stabbed it. It is now your turn.
With another rat in front of me, I'm going to take another swing at it with my dagger.
Okay. A 13 definitely
13?
hits.
And that is going to be 5 points of damage.
As you stab the other rat, it again also oozes purple liquid from its wound, and then it falls over on its side, and its legs are twitching, but it is clearly dead. And that will be the end of our combat.
Upon that being done, Ava is going to cast Mage Hand and
Okay.
push away the rat body that's in front of her. Just to
Okay.
get it out in front of her. And then very carefully, like, stepping over and doing your best not to touch any of the purple goo.
Okay.
She's going to make her way into the room more.
Okay.
Just to check it out.
As you enter the room, can I get an insight check?
Of course. It's going to be an 11.
Okay. So, as you look around, you notice that there was one table where the rats had ended up gnawing the legs off of it, and which is this table over here. And they had started gnawing on the magical staff that was on top of the table.
Ava's gonna pick it up and just give it like a once over.
Okay, can you roll a Arcana check?
I can't. That is gonna be a 21.
Okay. You as you look over the chewed up staff, you feel faint hints of magic still emanating from it, but you can tell that it was clearly much stronger before the rats had eaten parts of it.
Hmm. Hmm. She's gonna tuck it under her arm, and then just glance at the other items in the room just to make sure that none of them have the same chewed up bits to them, or if it's just this one.
As you look at the other items with a quick glance, you notice that none of the other items have been chewed up at all, although the table leg of the other table to your right has been chewed up pretty badly. It looks like they were trying to get to the table.
Okay. But the items on top of it seem like they're fine. They hadn't been gotten yet.
They have not been touched by the rats, to your knowledge.
Good stuff. As she heads back over, she's going to be casting Prestidigitation to try and clear up some of the purple goo
Okay.
and make it vanish.
Yep.
And then she's going to head back out of the room.
Okay.
And make her way back to the main entrance.
Okay.
And head over to Tiff.
Ava, you're
Tiff?
back. Yes?
So I found a couple rats. I'm sure there are more that I heard. But I found them in the storeroom, and they chewed up this staff, and I'm not sure that it's particularly safe. And she's gonna hold it out to Tiff.
Oh, that was the Guildmaster staff. He was getting some repairs done on it. Apparently, it needed to be rebound in leather for a grip, but that was a pretty powerful magical staff. I hope the Guildmaster's not going to be angry with me. I'll just hide it and say, no, that'll never work. He can see through my lies. I'll have to think of something.
Also tell him if you try and hide it.
Oh, you wouldn't, would you, Ava? Please don't.
I most definitely would.
Fine.
I'm not taking the fall for it.
I wasn't gonna blame you. And as she says this, she takes the staff and takes her cloak and wraps it around it and puts it leaning up against the door back outside. And she says, well, I guess I'll just explain that some rats got in and chewed it up, and hopefully that'll be fine.
You should also put out another call. These rats are most assuredly infected with the pox.
Oh, God. Are you sure? How do you know?
I am intimately sure.
Oh.
They bleed purple.
Oh. That's not good.
No,
Is
it's not.
She's kind of freaking out now about the thought of corrupted, pox-laden rats. She notices that your boot is bleeding a little bit. Did you get bitten by a rat?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay. And she starts to try and back off, but she hits the door behind her. You can stay over there. And at this, the other tall, muscular woman with the violet hair says, "Oh, come off it, Tiff. You can't get infected by a small rat. It doesn't have enough pox in it to infect a human or an owl, for that matter."
For many reasons, I'm sure that I'm fine. Now, I'm gonna go try and deal with the rest of your rat problem. But you should put out a call and a notice that the pox was sighted here in town.
I'll do that right away. And as she says that, she quickly opens the door and skedaddles out the door, leaving you alone with the tall woman. The tall woman looks over at you and says, "Well, do you mind if I tag along? I'm fairly confident in my abilities in a fight, and I'd like to see these infected rats for myself, if you don't mind."
Of course. You're more than welcome to.
By the way, name's Lindari.
Would I recognize her name at all?
You would. You recognize her as the Queen of Bacta.
There's gonna be like a half like faltered step of unhearing the name and going, "Oh, great
Yes.
to meet you."
Likewise.
And then it's just gonna, as she's walking, she's gonna cast mage armor on herself,
Okay,
knowing that she's dealing with the infected rats.
gotcha. I don't know how that works in roll in Foundry.
I'll just remember that it's at 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
As you walk, Glendari, hold on. Yeah. As you walk, Glendari gives you a potion to drink, noticing you're limping just a little bit from the rat bites.
Ava's gonna down it.
Go ahead and roll 1d4 plus 1. So you can do that in the chat box and heal that much.
Oh, it's gonna be 1d4 plus 1, not equals 1. Yippee!
Sweet. So, as you might have surmised, I am the one who has asked for you. I met a friend of yours, Bump, when I was traveling here, and I
Bum?
said I was looking for adventures, and he recommended you by name.
Oh, you mean Boom? Yes.
Yes, Boom, Bum, regional dialect. He was very nice,
I've worked
but
with him.
yeah. Would you be interested in taking a job working with him and some others?
I'm used to working with him. He's good on a crew, so I don't see why not. Just finished my last contract, so.
Well, once we get out of clear out the rats, I'll let you know more details about it. But we should really focus on finding more of those rats if there are any left.
Oh, I very much agree. Can't be too cautious when there's pox around.
Exactly. Which way would you like to go?
She's gonna just clear out the other side, saying footsteps as she approaches.
As you do, the magical light disappears from the runes.
And then she's gonna go up to the next door and do the same.
And again, they turn off.
step into the room.
I did not do that. As you step in with Glendari right behind you, you see beyond the weapon racks one lone giant rat that is nibbling on the weapon racks.
She's gonna do the same as before. She's just gonna rip out a ray of frost at it.
Go for it. A 16 definitely hits.
It's gonna be 5 points of cold damage and reducing its speed.
As you hit it, you notice that it's pretty. It turns and jumps around again to look at what hit it, and you can see it panting very heavily as frost forms across its tail, its legs, and its fur. So go ahead and roll for initiative.
It's gonna be a 17.
Okay. So Glendari just rushes past you towards the rat and gives it a giant swift kick to its behind. Let me roll. That's going to hit. Let me roll for damage. In one swift motion, she kicks the giant rat, and it just splatters against the far wall. And it's just a bunch of guts and gore and pox all across the wall, and is dead. And that's the end of the combat.
Well, you do certainly seem capable.
I would hope so.
She's gonna do the same prestidigitation to clean the area so there's not lingering pox.
Yep.
Looking around, is there anything nibbled and gnawed on here?
There is not. Just the one weapon rack has been slightly nibbled at, but you do not see anything else that looks like it has been nibbled on.
Well,
After
shall we keep
you,
moving on?
yes, lead the way. Gladly kick another rat into a wall.
I'm sure you will.
You know, back in my heyday when I was younger and more beautiful, I used to play on our community's football team, so you can say I've got a good kick.
I can believe it. She's gonna walk up and see I imagine the purple glowing sigil.
Yes.
And she's
You want me
gonna
to
say,
go ahead?
I got him up still. She's gonna say the word fire.
As you say that, the light flickers for a little bit and then goes out.
And then she's going to open up the door.
So you open up the door, you see a swarm of rats on the table devouring all the food that had been laid out from a previous meeting. And as you open the door, they see you and snarl and chitter at you to attack. So once again, roll for...
It's gonna be a 21.
Yes, you are going to get to go first.
Yippee! She's just going to let loose another ray of frost at them.
Go for it.
Let me do that. It's gonna be only a 9 to hit.
Okay.
I don't know why I rolled twice.
A 9 does not hit.
Okay. And then
Anything else?
she is going to scooch up here out of the doorway. And that's gonna
Okay.
be the end of my turn.
The swarm of rats hop off the table and come out, and seeing you to the right, they decide to move up towards you and bite you. So does a 21 hit?
Yeah, 21 will hit. Yeah.
I figured as much, but you never know.
You never know.
You do never know. You are going to take 5 points of damage as this swarm of rats bites you all over.
Oh, that's I'm at 3. There we go.
Yeah, I can apply the damage automatically.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So you don't have to keep track of it.
Awesome.
Glendari rushes up and just starts stomping on the rats. So let me roll for that. That hits, and then let me roll damage. And the rats, she stomps on them, and she is able to take out, 3 or 4 of the swarm with her stomps and kicks. And that will be the end of her turn.
On Ava's turn, she's just going to pull out her daggers and make her first attack.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
That's gonna be the full 7 damage.
Why did that not apply all 7? You have thinned out the swarm of rats considerably.
And then as a bonus action, she's going to use her second dagger.
Yes. That's gonna be a 14 to hit. That also hits.
Okay. How do I change it to just do the D4?
You can just roll 1d4.
Okay.
I don't know if Foundry allows you to
4 damage.
to specify like offhand.
Mhm.
As you stab the now much smaller swarm of rats again, they disperse completely after you've killed roughly 4 or 5 of them between the two of you. The rest of them have dispersed and ran out into the walls, into the corners, and that will end our encounter. And
panting and feeling, fairly woozy after getting bitten multiple times by the swarm, Ava is going to put her hand on her chest, and her eyes and her hand are going to glow, and she's going to cast Cure Wounds on herself.
go for it.
That's an insane roll.
That is crazy.
Way overkill.
Yeah, go ahead and
But
heal
she's
yourself
at-
for
she's at
19.
full HP.
That really is overkill.
Feeling fairly refreshed. She's gonna prestidigitation away the blood and the guts, and then re-step
As
into
you
the
do
room.
that, you notice that this swarm of rats did not have the purple pox that the bigger rats seem to have.
Good to know. She's still cleaning up the blood and everything around it,
Okay.
and then is gonna step into the room to just give it a once over.
Can I have an insight check? Or actually, perception check.
It's gonna be a nat 20.
As you look into the room, you do not see anything but some rat droppings and a bunch of nibbled on food. Nothing else looks out of the ordinary.
She's going to prestidigitation away the rat droppings.
Okay.
And then walk over to the other door, doing the same as she did for the last one. And then open it up.
Okay. Can I get another perception check?
$13.
As you enter the room, you notice that there's nothing in here, but there are large scratch marks on the ground, much larger than any of the rats you've seen so far. And can I get one more animal? Can I get an animal handling check?
Yeah. Nat 20.
You notice that the scratch marks are in pairs of 2 rather than 4, like you would expect a rat to be walking on 4 legs. It's walking on 2 legs instead.
What direction are they headed in? Like, where are they located in the room?
You can see that there is a small hole in the wall that you assume one of the larger rats could fit through, and as you get further away from the wall, the scratches start to become bigger and shift from 4 scratches to 2, and they are heading up this way.
Gotcha. As she heads back out of the room, she's going to mention the 4 tracks turning to 2.
What are you saying, that you got some kind of clown or circus rat over here? I've never heard of a rat that walks on 2 legs.
Neither have I, but the pox does strange things.
That is fair. That is true.
So it might be stronger than the ones you've kicked before.
Good. I'm itching for a good fight.
and Ava's gonna make her way up to the top, and is going to follow the 2 tracks to the left.
As you follow the 2 tracks to the left, you walk up the staircase to the 2nd floor, and you are stopped by a suit of armor that, if you try to make your way past, you notice that it blocks your way magically. And as you get closer, you notice that there's a faint green light emanating from it.
Seeing the green light, Ava is going to say the word mountains.
As you say that, the green light, again, like all the others, turns off.
She's just going to sidestep it and keep moving past it.
I'm going to do that. As you do, you come across a door, and engraved on the door is the words Guild Manager.
Does it have a keyhole?
Yes.
She's going to use the key that Tiff gave her.
The key unlocks the door, and can I get one last insight check from you?
Of course.
You notice that
7.
there is a small hole that had been chewed that is underneath, like at the bottom of the door. And you also hear something large rummaging around through some things inside the office.
Well, I hope you're prepared.
I am ready as I'll ever be.
There's no door symbol on this one, by the way. Oh, there it goes. I can just walk through it.
Yeah, sorry. As you enter the door, the creaking from the door alerts a large bipedal creature that's standing behind the desk of the guild master. And you can see that there's been a bunch of drawers pulled out and boxes have been smashed open, and the whole room is in a massive state of disarray. It looks at you and snarls and growls loudly. And now we are going to get into combat once again.
That's going to be a 12 for my initiative.
Yes. The large rat-like humanoid creature leaps at the queen, Glyndari. In one swift motion, he has jumped from behind the desk to right in front of Glyndari and takes a swipe at her with his razor-sharp claws. Fortunately, it does not hit Glyndari. But then he makes a second swipe with his other hand. This also fortunately misses as she ducks and weaves out of the way.
Perfect.
Glyndari shouts to you. You think this is what made the claw marks? I've never seen a rat like this.
Neither have I.
and she puts up her hands like kind of like a boxer would, and she throws 2 punches in very fast succession at the creature. So let me roll. Check. So the first one hits, and the second one will also hit. So let me do this. And as you see Glendari throw 2 jabs, first to right and then the left, and they hit the creature squarely in the face as it reels back in pain. And you can see that instead of blood coming out, it's once again the purple pox.
Mhm.
Is now your turn.
Yeah, as it's right in front of her, she's going to take a swing with her dagger at it.
That's a
Be a
20.
nat 20.
Go ahead and roll for damage.
Critical hit. Oh, I did not roll. I clicked. I thought I would do it automatically.
I
so
think
it's
you
just
can.
another D4, correct?
Yeah. I think there's an option when you click it to.
It did, but I just clicked normal roll accidentally.
Gotcha. So
So
that's
it's gonna be 7.
It takes 7 points of damage.
And then I'm going to swing at it with my bonus action.
Okay.
But that's only going to be an 8 to hit.
That does not hit.
And then she is going to back away from it. All the way over here next to the desk.
As you back away from it, the were-rat is going to take a slice at you as an opportunity attack. Does a does a 10 hit? I don't think so.
It does not.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's the end of my turn.
The were-rat, still focused on Glendari, again makes another swipe at her. Again, it does not hit. And he does it again. And he doesn't hit again. Okay. He rolled a 2 and a 3. So that will be his turn. Glendari is going to throw some more haymakers at the beast. So another 1-2 punch. But the first one misses its target, and the second one hits for 8 points of damage.
Oh.
This thing is still nowhere near going down yet, and it's just getting angrier and angrier. It is now your turn.
On Ava's turn, she's going to hold out her hands And there's going to be like black and white glowing fractals radiating like around her hands. And she's going to cast Magnify Gravity right here. It's going to be a 10-foot sphere, so it's only hitting the bipedal rat. So it's going to be right here. And so the rat man's going to need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. He rolled a 15.
Just makes it. So it's going to take half damage. So it is going to take 6 damage.
Yep. It did not apply. You notice as the Magnify Gravity spell takes effect that the rat man is starting to breathe heavier. It's breathing heavier. There's hot breath coming from its snout, and it's starting to lose a little bit more blood. It looks like to you than normal.
Then Ava is going to move just a few more feet back away. And that's going to be the end of her turn.
Okay. So the were-rat grabs Lindari and attempts to throw her out of the way. So let me for that. And let me make a... I think Lindari's got this. Yeah. As he attempts to grab her and throw Lindari out of the way, she's just too strong and tall for this thing to get its hands around her, much less move her, as she flexes and essentially breaks the grasp of the creature. Lindari is going to kick. Well, actually, she's going to do the same thing that the creature did to her. She's going to throw it back, attempt to throw it back towards the center of the room. So, let me roll that. Okay, well, that's a nat 20 for Lindari. So, I don't think this is gonna... Yeah. So, as she picks up this creature that's a good 5.5 feet tall, she grips it up with both hands and she launches it, with all her might, and throws it towards the center of the room, where it crashes into one of the chairs and is going to take 1d4 damage, which is 3, and it's going to be knocked prone. And with that, Lindari is going to come up here away from the corner. It's now your turn.
So seeing that it is knocked prone, Ava is going to rush at it.
Okay.
And take a couple swipes with her dagger.
Okay. With
And
advantage.
those are gonna be advantage. Oh, so close. It's gonna be a 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
It's gonna be 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And then is gonna use her bonus action for the offhand attack.
22 hits.
And that's just gonna be 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And then she's going to spend the last 10 feet of her movement backing off from it.
Okay. The creature gets up and its body starts to bubble and contort. And as it happens, you hear it like growl and scream, but as it screams, it starts to sound less like a beast and more like a human. Eventually, the bubbling and contortions of his body cause the skin of the creature to fall off, and in its place is a rather naked human who screams at you, "Stop! I'm sorry! I'll stop." And he throws his hands up, like in surrender.
Do I recognize this person?
Go ahead and roll insight.
It's gonna be a 15.
You vaguely recognize him as someone who you have seen around Yarma, but nothing distinct is coming to your mind as to where you've seen him or what he does or who he is.
Just passed him on the street. Okay.
Yeah, basically. The Queen of Bacta rushes up to you and says, "Well, I think we take him in for questioning."
Yes, but first we have to see if he truly is infected.
How would you go about doing that?
You bleed them.
Okay. Do you want to get close and lead them in, or do you want me to do it?
Ava will do it.
Okay.
So she'd walk up.
This is the man. Pretend he's naked. Covered in guts.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me get out of combat. Okay.
Ava would walk up and just as the guy has his hands up, is just going to take a quick slice with her dagger at his bicep.
Okay. As you do so, purple goo oozes from the cut on his bicep.
Ava's whole face is just going to wrinkle in disgust. And then she's going to pull out some rope that she has and is just going to start binding him up, arms and legs.
As you do so, he's like, I'm sorry. I didn't want to hurt anyone else. No one was supposed to be here." As you bind him up. And the queen just punches him to the side of the head and knocks him out. we can interrogate him back at the castle and figure out what he was doing.
Don't know how much you're gonna get out of a pox-ridden bastard like him, but
Well, he said no one was supposed to be here, meaning he was probably paid or forced to come in here, and it looked like he was looking for something.
seems like it. And Ava's gonna walk over behind the desk and just see if there's anything that's been like pulled out and like intentionally laid off to the side rather than just strewn everywhere.
As you are looking, you notice. Can I get a perception check?
Sure. It's gonna be a 13.
You notice, but a little too late. A tiny rat has made its way in and grabbed a piece of paper that had been strewn out on the floor and has quickly run off into the wall, into a hole it had made with the piece of paper. And it's gone.
Fuck!
What's wrong?
A rat just got away with a piece of paper.
Do you know what was on that paper?
Not a goddamn clue.
Well, we'll have to interrogate this guy and see what's going on.
Can I look at the papers surrounding where it was?
Yeah. As you leaf through them, it's mostly notes about other adventures and parties. Some of them saying good things and bad things about various members of the guild. There's accountant information, like ledgers and stuff, and inventory ledgers. You find your name in there, and on one of the notes in the guildmaster's handwriting, you notice it says very prone to outbursts.
She rolls her eyes.
As you continue looking, there are some letters of correspondence between contractors and the guild itself, as well as some notes about some meetings that had taken place, but nothing that really catches your eye.
Whatever it is, I imagine only the guildmaster would know what's missing.
Well, we shall have to ask him when he comes back from his adventure, now shall we?
Yes. Let's go check on Tiff, I suppose. Make sure the call out for the box has been made.
While we're here, while I have you, because they're in some privacy and this guy's not gonna leak anything, can I talk to you about the job real quick before we get sidetracked by all the paperwork and stuff that's bound to come with this?
Of course.
She pulls up one of the chairs that had fallen over and sits on it, crosses her legs, and looks at you and says, "We are creating another expedition team to go over to the Lost Continent. And I'm looking for competent adventurers, researchers, and everyone in between to join this expedition team. And Bum has already agreed to join, and he personally recommended you be a part of it and gave you glowing praises. So that's why I originally came here before this whole debacle happened, and was wondering if you would accept." Now, before you say
Deal. When do we
anything,
leave?
you haven't even heard how much it's paying or the risks or what you guys need to do.
Details.
Okay. About 3 months time, we will be. I need you to meet me at the capital city of Bacta. Well, in the capital city of Bacta. And she, from beneath her cloak, she pulls out a letter with the Bacta royal sigil stamped on it. She hands it to you and says, when you get there, go to the castle and hand the guards this letter, and they will let you in.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Well, that was the easiest recruitment job yet. Now let's go find Tiff, and she carries this man just under one arm as she walks out with you. Oh, Mizora, or Ava, sorry, you're back. How did it go? Is everything okay? Did you get rid of all the rats for me? Please tell me you got rid of all the rats.
We got rid of all that we could.
So there are no more rats? And
one of
who's-
them escaped
who's-
through the walls.
Okay, well, as long as it's not here, but who's that guy? She notices the unconscious, tied up man that the queen is carrying under her arm.
One of the rats.
Okay. It looks human to me, but whatever you say. I've sent for the researchers at the Magical Institute of Yarma. They are coming to take a look at the pox-ridden rats, and they've also called the cleanup squad. So the guild will be out of commission probably for a good month or so as we clean up everything and decontaminate it.
As it probably should be.
Indeed. No issues with the wards or the
No.
keys or anything?
No, and I'm gonna hand the guild key back to Tef.
Oh, good. Thank you so much, Ava. I'll put in a good word with the boss, and I'll make sure you get a nice bonus for helping me out. She giddily grabs the keys and starts to head outside.
Tef?
Yes. She turns
Don't
around
leave
slowly.
yet.
Why?
Well, the wards were disabled, so you know what has to be done next. Remember?
I gotta re-enable them?
Yes, or more people will come in and take all of the items that we keep here at the guild. Remember?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's fine. There's no rats anymore, so it should be fine. And she walks up and starts clearing out and locking all the doors and re-enabling the wards and stuff. As she's doing that, the queen with the unconscious man walks up to you and says, 3 months, meet me in the castle, and I'll get you all the details you need, and you'll find the rest of your party. Thank you for your help with this, as she points and nods to the unconscious man. I'll be sure to let you know what we find out from him.
Please do. It was a pleasure meeting you.
And she walks out, and You can hear the sound of a carriage door opening as she throws the man in. And as you are about to leave, you hear Tiff shriek as as you can only assume she's come across the rat bodies, and she runs back out. Ava, can you re-enable the words? There's dead rats everywhere. Creepy.
Yes, I can.
And with that, we will end our session.